Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me today for another episode of Gold Wingnut Live. Each week I answer your questions about things happening in Sumter County and the villages. These weekly broadcasts and the construction update videos I produce are two of the ways I bring information to you about the construction happenings here in the villages. At Gold Wingnut Productions, I also provide a photo-video service for new homes under construction. If you're building a new home in the villages and you need someone to watch the construction for you and send you regular updates, then contact me through my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo-video package for your new home. I've nearly 20 years in the construction industry as a project manager, and in the last 6 years, Gold Wingnut Productions has provided this valuable service to over 300 homeowners. I know the work the various trades are doing, and I know when the work's being done right and when it's not. I'm not just taking pictures like some others do. I'm watching your home build with a trained eye to help ensure everything is done right. So go to goldwingnut.com and arrange your package today. Now let's get started with the show.
I'm gonna be leaving soon. I'm sorry, buddy. I really wish I could stay with you longer. You probably noticed I'm not as fast as I used to be. My eyes are kinda cloudy and sometimes I just sit and stare. Truth is, I'm just trying to remember everything about you. I still remember the day we met. I was this little chubby pup tripping over my own paws. You laughed. Man, that laugh stuck with me forever. From that moment, I knew I was yours. For as long as my legs would carry me. We've been through so much, huh? Rainy walks, snowy nights, lazy Sundays. I laid by your side when you were hurting. I brought you my gross little toy when you looked sad. Sorry about the slobber, by the way. You always thought I needed you, and I did, but hey, I was looking after you too. You coming home was the highlight of my day. I'd run to the door like a maniac. You'd tell me I was heavy, but I just wanted to make sure you knew how much I missed you. Every single time. Now it's my turn to go. I know it's gonna hurt. And yeah, it's okay to cry. Just don't cry forever, all right? When the sun hits the window just right, maybe that's me saying hi. When the wind brushes your leg on a quiet walk, maybe I'm still tagging along. Just promise me one thing. Don't shut your heart. Don't stop loving. If another dog comes into your life someday, they're not replacing me. They're just lucky enough to know you too. Thank you. For the name, the home, the belly rubs, the socks I wasn't supposed to chew, all of it. You gave me everything. And that made my short little life feel big. I'm gonna take a nap now. Don't walk me to the door. I don't want to see you cry. I love you. Always.
Well, good afternoon everyone, and welcome to Gold Wingnut Live. We're going to talk about the things you want to talk about things going on here in the villages in Sumter County, and just about anything else you want. Today's sponsor is Kitchen Wise and Closet Wise. Great company. Scott and his wife do a great job. Highly recommend them. Other sponsors today are Magic Stairs. They give you attic access without having to go up those rickety ladders. Those are pretty brutal going up and down them. I know, I'm glad I got rid of those. Shade Masters, they do a great job on shades, blinds, whatever you need for window coverings. You know, they've got the whole gamut. Excuse me. Surf to Turf, home inspections. You buy in a new house, get it inspected during that first week, get a professional to inspect it for you. And then at about the 11-month point, get it inspected again for all your warranty claims. And then Country Village Power Equipment, a great alternative to other companies that are local here. They're down in Webster. They have a great selection. If you get a hold of me, I'll give you a $500 gift certificate to use with your purchase. So, what is going on? Let's see. Wow, we got a whole bunch coming in here already. Things are slow, okay? First lots of LaGrange going on sale tomorrow. Caveman, you're absolutely right. I got some information on that. We're going to talk about that today. Watching from Hilton Head. Oh, excellent. Let's see. Megan says, "Hi Don, I'm curious. Do you have a veranda home? I know that you have 2 big dogs." But yeah, they're big. Wondering how difficult it was for you to get your house lot, or did you buy pre-owned? Good question, Megan. So we do own a veranda. It's in the village of Moultrie Creek. We got lucky, okay? The day that we selected, you select 3 houses, 3 lots, whatever you're looking at selecting. And you know, we selected the 3. The one we ended up getting was our 3rd choice, and it was our first time doing a pick. We were extremely lucky. My buddy Jim, who has the same floor plan, about a half mile from here, except he's on a golf course. I got a water view. It took him 15, 20 times. He was getting a little depressed. So, you know, how difficult is it? It just depends really on how many people want that lot or that home that you're looking to get. And that presents a challenge, you know. For example, LaGrange, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Wow, you know, there's a huge demand. And there might be 10, 20, 50 people. Fortunately, they've gone to this system now where the computer does a random number generator and picks whoever it is. So that's about as fair as you can get. You know, that stops any kind of bidding wars or any kind of backroom deals. I have a friend of mine who very prominent in the community, very influential in the community. He doesn't even get preferential treatment from the developer, and yeah, they just don't do that. The developer doesn't play games like that. Let's see. Orange Mini Cooper says, when you see our home prefab cement walls, they are different colors. Some are dark gray, some are light concrete. What's the cause? So sometimes, you know, did it rain that day? Moisture on the walls makes a huge difference. How far along they are in the curing process. After a couple of days, you know, they're ready to move, they're ready to support weight, but they get stronger as they cure longer. You know, when you look at Hoover Dam, they say that the concrete on it is so thick that it's not cured all the way yet, and it's been, you know, almost 100 years since that was built. So, you know, it could be a little bit also the mix that they're using. They use, you know, obviously sand is a component of concrete. If the sand happens to be a little lighter or a little darker in shade, that can have an effect on it also. Let's see. Steve wants to know, why do we have so many cross traffic? So many cross traffic does not stop intersections. The stop signs, are stop signs that expensive? Not all drivers are excellent. They're, what can I say? I question whether some people can read, to be honest with you. Because, I see the stop signs and I see people just blow right through them. I saw it this week several times. Just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And let's see. Okay, we're up here at John. Our 1 year is almost up, and I'm looking for options to Massey for termite protection. Not a fan of Massey. Fair enough. I use Hewitt. I've been using them for 11 years. Used them in both houses. Don't have any desire to change. So there you go. There's a lot of good companies for termite protection. And pest control. You're going to need pest control, everybody. You're going to need it. We live in a subtropical climate. The bugs are everywhere. It's crazy, but it is what it is. Victoria, how are you? Good to see you again. Let's see. Megan says, I think the lot dimensions are now up for LaGrange, just not prices except for the lots going on sale Monday. You're right. All they're going to have is the lots going on sale Monday. I've got some photos of those prices. We'll share them here in just a few minutes. Jay Cozy says, hello, Don. What are your thoughts on sinkhole insurance? I'm surprised at the additional cost I've seen on a couple of quotes. Thank you. When we moved to the Villages 11 years ago, we bought a $301,000 courtyard villa, and they wanted $106 for sinkhole coverage. Insurance is about risk. Obviously, they didn't feel they were at risk, and so I passed on it. What's your threshold of pain? I don't know. I didn't buy sinkhole coverage on the new house. Hopefully, I know I'm rolling the dice, but it's a risk. Florida has a lot of sinkholes, just like a lot of other areas of the country. If you see a round lake, which is pretty much all of them in Florida, that was probably a sinkhole. It's a limestone peninsula. It's just part of what we live in. All right. Gray Guitar Guy, skipped you. Okay, hang on just a second. I gotta find you. Let me. Oh, okay. Sorry. So I got a different list over here that I'm looking at besides what's on the screen. It's just a little bit smaller. It says, hi, Don. I understand the construction trucks on Central Parkway, but it seems other large trucks are using Central Parkway as a shortcut from 75 to the Turnpike. Can the county stop this? No, it can't. It's been that way for the last 40, well, the Turnpike's been there 50 years, 60 years, so it's been that way, and it probably won't stop ever. They may start going down through Center Hill and taking 48. I don't know, but the roadway was designed for that level of traffic. You've got to remember, 470 used to be a 2-lane road. With it going to Central Parkway, it's now 4 lanes. Obviously, there's lots more local traffic, but it's also it's a slower road. It used to be 55 miles an hour. Now it's 35. I think that's what it is. Yeah, most of it's 35, except over by the Turnpike for right now. So, it's not going to change. I mean, it was designed that way to handle the traffic. All right, Caveman says, idea for 161, 162, do a video tour of T&D to show how they lift walls are laid out and poured. So it's not T&D, it's DZ precast. And I have tried to get into their factory and do a tour and show what's going on, especially when they first started, and they were like, no, because there's a lot of trade secrets that are involved. At the time, it was one of 2 factories in the world that do this kind of work. I don't know if that's still the case, but it's something I will reach out to them. It has been, I think, about 2 years now since they've been doing it, so maybe they'll be more amenable to it. We'll see. But thank you for the input. Victoria says the future areas of Green Grove Hills, Sandy Hill, Farmstead, Merritt Field, are they Sumter County or what? No, there's no Wildwood County. It's the city of Wildwood. It is Sumter County. They're all in Sumter County, and they are all in the city of Wildwood. So you're going to get to pay your county tax for property tax and city taxes. All right. Oh, let's see. Cheryl P. says, is there a, sorry, coffee's going down good. You know me and my coffee. Where is there a map with street names and villages' names on it? I'm a newbie and want to see the villages laid out. So go to any of my last dozen or so videos, 159, 58, what have you, and look on YouTube and look at the description. And in there, you'll find a link to Bill Vane's website. Bill is the guy that does the maps that I use. They're the most up-to-date and accurate that I have found. Excuse me. Yeah, a little bit of nose, I'll talk about that in a minute. But that would be where I would go. They're very good maps, and he updates them as more data becomes available. And he's got one that shows all the villages, and he's got one that shows all the streets. I don't know that all the street names are on them. We can pull it up, I guess. But if you find the area and you wanted to go deeper in there, then you can go to the village's website. And we'll go ahead and pull that up real quick. Web browser. All right. So yeah, let's go to the villages. So yeah, go here to visit, and then community map, and it brings you to this map. This is the same one you see the houses for sale on. And you zoom in, and this is the official villages map that shows with all the street names in that. So between the 2 sources, you're going to find what you need. By the way, if you're just now getting on the broadcast, let me go back to the regular. There we go. If you're just joining the broadcast, you may be behind. Just fast forward to the live post, to the live area, take the slider all the way to the right on YouTube, and then you can catch up. That way your comments, you're seeing the comments that I'm talking about live, and I'll see your comments sooner. Otherwise, if they come in late, then it feels like we're being repetitive. All right. Any decision on a pool for your new house? Thursday, I have a meeting with somebody from T&D to get a quote. We'll see what we go from there. Right now, at the cost of money, mortgage rates are too high. My plan is to take a small mortgage so that I can deal with escrowing my property tax and the bond payment and the maintenance assessment. So I can escrow it and take care of it all year long instead of doing the big check at the end of the year like I'm going to be doing this year. Let's see. That's the holdup. I don't know what we're going to do yet. A lot depends too on what the price comes out. I mean, it's been 8 years since we did the last pool, and that had an $86,000 price tag on it. That was a very expensive pool, even for back then. But it was 450 square foot of water. It was, no, was it? Maybe it was more than that. I don't remember. But we had a 10-person hot tub, spa built in, solar, gas heat, and a huge bird cage. So it was a big deal. We're not looking at anything so elaborate this time. Megan says, can you tell from your drone shots if there will be veranda area in LaGrange and where it will be? Yes, I can, and that will be in 160. I'm gonna do some shots of that. I've been shooting mainly the downtown areas for the last couple of days, trying to get some great shots. Talking about the downtown, it's going to go downtown. I mean, and I've been already to Spanish Springs and to Eastport. I've taken some in Middleton. I got some more I want to take in Middleton because there's a lot going on there. Going to do Brownwood also. I looked at Lake Sumter Landing this past week. Didn't see a whole lot there going on. Something to talk about though is obviously some moving of the Daily Sun and all that. But other than that, no. So yeah, yeah. There you go. But we'll talk about that. All right. Let's see. What new villages will not be in Wildwood County? So Wildwood, again, Victoria, is not a county, it's a city. Right now, everything that is the villages and that is planned, let's go back to here. We're back at the map. We'll zoom back out. And so right here, yeah. So where this line is right here, this is Lake County, okay? And that goes all the way down south, like that. So let's see. Yep, we're still looking at. So basically, coming from here and coming straight down, everything to the right of where the mouse is Lake County. Everything to the left is Sumter County, and it's in the villages, or excuse me, and it's in the city of Wildwood. So I haven't seen any work going on over here in this right-hand section, which is where the old Secret Promise development is. So everything is focused on Sumter County right now, and it just that's the way they do things. They're pretty methodical, but no, everything, yeah. You're going to be in Wildwood if you're in Sumter County. Yeah. Wow. Orange Mini Cooper says, any recommendations? We want to put a concrete path around our home that connect to our pad in the back. Do you know any company that do that service? Yes, I do. I had some concrete work done on the new house because I needed a place for my grill. I was very spoiled. I had a big area in the bird cage on the courtyard villa, and for my grill, and I didn't have that on the veranda. I had a little 3x3 pad at the door, and I said, nah, it's not good enough. So I had 120 extra square feet put in. Orange May Cooper, if you can send me an email, just send it to live@goldwingnut.com. Remind me of that. I will go through my records and figure out who it was. They did a great job. They did all the ARC permitting and everything. So yeah, I can send you that information. Be more than happy to. You know what? So I did this before. John, I apologize. It's not Hewitt. That's the company I used when I lived down in Haines City. I don't know why I keep saying them. It's Bates. I should know that because I'm a huge Downton fan, and there's a character by the name of Bates. But we'll get to Downton in a few minutes. But yeah, Bates Exterminating. You go to their website, it's all yellow. It's Bates. I apologize. I don't know why I keep saying Hewitt. I did that a couple of weeks ago when somebody asked about it, and Mushke, she commented about that. Wow. All right, where are we at? Okay, we're doing great on time. So, this past week was, 9/11, and very solemn time for this country. You saw the first video that I played. It was about a dog that was one of the rescue dogs that worked there. That worked the the rescue efforts during the whole time after 9/11, and she lived to be 17, and unfortunately their lives are short. Big tearjerker for me. Between 9/11 and dogs, and especially golden retrievers, if you haven't figured out yet, I'm a big sap. So yeah. Yeah, if I didn't draw a tear in those two clips at the beginning, you're heartless. I'm sorry. I'm having fun with you. I'm a huge dog lover. I love my dogs. Let's see. Park Roaming with Robbie says, I went to my first district meeting this week. What are the qualifications for people sitting on the boards? I know they are appointed by the developer. Okay, so Robbie, let me know what district you're in. That's the first thing. Because they're not appointed by the developer. It's called a landowner election. And CDD 15 is still under landowner control. We have one district supervisor that I know of right now, Mark Morgan, and he's a frequent watcher. I don't know if Mark, are you on? He is a district supervisor here in CDD 15. CDD 14, I think they're also landowner elected, and I think the rest of them are now qualified electorate. Big qualifications is you got to be a resident of the CDD that you're going to be running in, unless it's landowner. Landowner doesn't require it, but for qualified electorate it does. CDD 15, next year is going to be again, excuse me, qualified landowner election, but the majority of the land is owned by the residents, so the residents should pretty much have the deciding vote, but you got to vote. The great thing about a landowner election is you don't have to be a resident of the state of Florida. You just have to be a landowner in that district. When it goes to qualified electorate, then you have to be a resident of Florida. So if you're a resident of New York or Wisconsin, why you want to live up there when it's cold is beyond me. But you can still vote in the landowner election, and unfortunately, they don't get a great turnout. But hopefully, they will. And this is how we make our government work here in the villages. It takes it's 5 or 6 years from the time the CDD is created until it goes to qualified electorate. There's some other requirements, but those have already all been met. They're the individuals running will make their case, and we usually get some pretty good candidates. There's a couple of district supervisors I wouldn't give you a plug nickel for. I had the unfortunate pleasure of working with some of them when I served on the CDD 10 board. Not on CDD 10's board. We had some great supervisors. We still do on CDD 10. And on most of the boards, they're really good. But there are some I wouldn't give you a plug nickel for. Let's see. Don wants to know, hi, Don. Who can you suggest for golf cart aid after a purchase? I'm going to recommend 24 Hour Cart Club. I've known Joey for years. Joey was actually my very first advertiser. He still advertises with me from time to time. Small, locally owned, family-owned business, and yeah, he does a great job. I use him. I wouldn't. I can't recommend him high enough. He does a great job. He's a great guy, and he's got some cute kids. Let's see. Robbie said, okay, what was Robbie's question? I got to go back and look. Yeah, so CDD 15. Yeah, so 4 of them are, well, all of them are landowner elected. One was replaced a few months ago this year, and the developer asked Mark to take the seat. Mark ran for the office, and they followed up and asked him to take the seat, so for the one that was leaving the board. All right. Would you have an estimate on property taxes for a new built $550,000 veranda style home? Wildwood. You know, you can go to the property appraiser's website, sumterpa.com, SUMTERPA.com, and they have a property tax estimator, and you can do it. I'm trying to look. I got to figure out which house this is. Nope, that's the old house. Never mind. I don't have it handy, but they can tell. You can punch in the numbers, and it'll give you an estimate real quick. All right. The district meeting was very informative. I think everyone should at least go to one. I believe you should be going to all of them all the time, because they make decisions. These CDD boards, they make the decisions that impact you on a day-to-day basis. Fortunately, they're all pretty much very frugal. There's one that likes to waste money on legal fees because, well, they hate the developer. But we won't go there. These board members do a good job. It takes a lot of work. You can try to understand all the different moving pieces, but it should, you know, I highly recommend get involved. Let's see. Thank you, Don. We enjoy the show. Great work. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Don, saying that. So Mike B says Prime and Embers is hiring staff. Does this mean other portions of Eastport will be opening immediately? Live music. I don't know. I looked at, was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Whatever it was, 2 or 3 days ago, when I flew Eastport, they're making huge progress, but you know, they still got to get the main street cleaned up. There's still a lot going on down the main street coming in, and on the waterfront, you know, I don't know how fast they're going to move, but I know that Fred Karmapur, the owner of Prime and Embers, he takes his staffing very seriously. He wants his people trained very well. So, yeah. When is it going to open? I don't know. Next month, late next month, who knows? I'll reach out to Fred and see if he can give me some insights, but probably not, because he's obviously got to work with the developer, and they like to keep their secrets, and they don't want to keep their secrets. They like to be the one breaking the news, which is why they don't like me, because I like to break the news. All right. Victoria says Sumter County. Yes, okay. Is the bond for LaGrange, is there the bond out for LaGrange? So, yes, there is. Oh my gosh, I meant to have that ready. I apologize. Maybe at the mid-show break, I'll see if I can't pull up the bonds for the area that's being listed. Let's see. Robbie says, my amenity fee went up this month, but I'm in the house less than a year. I thought it was locked in for a year. It doesn't work that way. So it's when the initial contract is let for something like that for the property. you know, it stays. It will go up every year at this month. If it just went up this month, it's going to go up every year at this month. So there was something, whether it was when it went to contract, when it went up for sale the first time. I don't remember the exact terms. I used to know this off the top of my head, but it has to deal with the original contract on the house. And, so, I mean, if you moved in your house in December, the original contract on the house was let 3 months earlier. So it would make sense now. I know in the house in Moultrie Creek, I believe it went up for us in February. Yeah, I think it was February, but we didn't close on the house until, the 12th of May. 12th or 13th of May. It was right after my wife's birthday. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't necessarily coincide with the day you bought your house. All right. So, you know what, before we take the break, let's take a look at those LaGrange houses that are going up for sale. I got to get the right, hang on, I got to find the right one. Oh yeah, it's this one. All right, and of course. So here you go. This is the area in LaGrange. All these properties with lots of writing in them are the ones going up for sale. I got some details that break up the lower and the upper half of this. So it's, I believe, 94 units. Some along Corbin Trail, some nice waterfront lots, some interior lots with very low bonds or very low lot fees. But they're all in the same section, the same unit of LaGrange, from what I remember seeing on the documents. Some corner lots. Let's take a look. Okay, so here we go. There's a couple of really big lots here. They're really deep. They want $250, $249 for them. The rest of these nice waterfront lots or wetland front lots are $170, $170, $150, apple mouses are too particular. $150, $140. We get down to the corner down here. It's $119, and this is $69. These are anywhere from $10 to $20 along here for these. All these interior lots, most of them are zero. There's one 5K. And there's a $19,000 premium on this one in the corner. So yeah, so that's the lower section. The upper section. Let's let's go back up one. Whoops. Come on. Sorry, I'm hitting the keys too fast. Up here on these two 49 ones, you'll see a little comment. MRFI, may require flood insurance. And that's because of their proximity to the wetlands. Will that go away? I don't know off the top of my head, but if it does, it takes 2 to 3 years to make them go away. Now, hey, what's going on here? All right, we looked at that. These two more lots here on the corner are $249, and this one's $169, and these three also say may require flood insurance. We got some here, 139, 119, 129, 159. These are 110, 120. Some 9K. These are some bigger inside lots, interior lots. Here's a big one here. It's an interior lot. Not everybody wants a view. Okay, the view lots are expensive, but they have lots of interior lots available because people like to build what they want. So, so yeah. lots of options. Again, 94 homes going up. If you're interested, get off the show. Go call your realtor, excuse me. I keep saying realtor. It's a generic term, just like a Kleenex, but your real estate agent for the villages, so they can help you get something going. Let's see. Jay Cozy, if you email me at live@goldwingnut.com, I'll email them to you this afternoon. I got these from a friend of mine that is very knowledgeable, and he shared them with me. I'm not going to say any names, but yeah, just email me, and I'll be more than happy to send them to you. live@goldwingnut.com is the email address. Let's go back to here. All right. Robbie says, yes, I'm in Moultrie Creek at 1 Up. I bought the house in October. It went up in September. So that's about right. Yep, no problem. Mark wants to know, with the rebuild of Paradise Rec Center and updates in Spanish Springs, do you foresee the developer districts continuing to put investments up north of 44 to keep things fresh? Absolutely, absolutely. You know, now I've been off the CDD board for 3 years. When I left, we had roughly $80 million in R&R funds for capital reserves. That was for the amenities district between 44 and 466, and you know that's for doing what they're doing to Paradise. You know, they're going to continue to build it up so that they can replace those rec centers. They have a limited lifespan, you know. But Paradise has been around, I think, since the mid or early 80s. So you know, it's 40 years old. And the last time I was in it, it was looking a little bit dated. I got some great shots of it being raised, taken down. Those will be in the next video. So there you go. Lots of things happening. All right, so let's take a quick break. I'm going to grab some more. Yeah, I'm a little low on coffee, and it's coffee. It's not wine or anything. I don't have to blow on it to make you think it's coffee. But I'll be right back.
Scout, welcome. You may be joining us from the Rainbow Bridge, but your hugs are still being felt down here. How did it all start?
All I ever wanted was to make people feel loved. So I'd nudge my head right between their legs, and for a moment, their worries melted away.
And in that little moment, they knew they mattered, they were loved, just as they were.
Man, dogs usually make sniffing crotches awkward. You turned it into healing. Those hugs, they made people smile when they needed it most. A stranger miles away would say, "That hug, it saved me that day." Even after I passed, the hugs lived on, carrying my love to places I could never go, to hearts I'll never know. Scout, that's beyond unreal. You crossed the Rainbow Bridge, but your hugs, they're still here, still healing people. That's eternal. Don't get me wrong, I was goofy too, obsessed with food, hated the scale, but the hugs, they always came first.
To all the humans listening, what's the message you'd leave them with, Scout?
When you reach the Rainbow Bridge, I'll be waiting. Not with words, not with judgment, but with a hug.
I thought that was a cute video. I thought I'd share that with you. So we got a couple more questions coming in. Let's see here. Oh boy, we just had a whole bunch jump up here. Let's see. Where can you find the lot maps you showed? It is only from Is it only from your village's realtor? Yeah, the village's realtors get some other people actually come across them too. Second hand, third hand, who knows? We talked about rebuild. What village, well, sorry, Victoria wants to know, what village will be after LaGrange? Will any be verandas that are showing up on your LaGrange map? So what's showing up on the maps I showed are not verandas. Those are lots for designer homes, Victoria. Verandas will come later. Verandas will continue to come because they're extremely popular. No audio on the KitchenWise video. Oh boy. Okay. I got to fix that, I guess. I don't know how that happened. Let's see. Megan wants to know, how many lot releases do you think LaGrange will take, since the releases are about 100 each time, waiting for Central Lake front lots to be released? I think I saw one lot that was 80 by 150. It's every week, 2 weeks, just depends on what they want to release and how sales are going and what they have planned. They got a plan for everything. How many more releases? 4 or 5, maybe. It depends on how they want to break it up. Excuse me. So yeah. Let's see. Hi Don, hope all is well. Can you rent? This is from Joseph. Can you rent golf clubs in putting course and pitch and putt? I think at the pitch and putt, you got to bring your own clubs, but you can rent clubs at any of the championship courses. As far as the putt and play, I believe, just like most miniature golf courses, they have clubs. Somebody who's been there, let me know, because I've never played one of the putt and plays. All right. So I did want to touch on one thing because it's really upset me. This past week, there was a gentleman who was murdered, Charlie Kirk. It's bad, okay, that many things in our country have come to this level where, let's just call it political violence, and it's really sad that it's come to that. What's even worse though is the comments on social media. I'm going to call it out. Villages News, there is a host of people there with some hugely negative comments saying, no, I'm not going to repeat their comments, just basically saying he deserved what he got. And that is so, nobody deserved that, He was a man of conviction, a man of opinion. Whether you liked it or not, I'm not here to argue that. I'm not here to argue which side it was. It was just the whole act of violence and the response. I'm really happy to see that many people who are in public positions who have celebrated this murder have been fired. Good for them. All right. Enough on that. Okay, let's move on. We talked about LaGrange. I got something that I need you guys' help on. Okay, as most of you may know, I bought a new truck finally. Well, I ordered it back in February. It took 6 months minus a day to get it. So I've had it now 3 weeks. I've been getting some things done on it. Let's pull it up because I need your help. So, all right, let me pull it up. Where'd it go? There it is. All right, here we go. There's the new truck. I got the company logos on it, and I was talking with somebody, and at the mail station, he says, "What'd you name it?" And it's like, oh, you know what? I hadn't named it yet. So I'm looking for your help for a name. So if you got an idea for a name, I'm going to send it to me at info@goldwingnut.com, or you can do it at live@goldwingnut or don@goldwingnut, whichever you want. I'm looking to give it a name, and the person who chooses the winning name, I've got a $50, where'd it go? There it is. A $50 gift card from Lowe's for you. So next week, I'll show you the list of names. I'll show you a short list. Then from there, from the short list, I'll give everybody a chance to vote on it, and we'll give it a name. It's a beautiful truck. It's a big truck. Love driving it. Hate the gas station. Hate the gas station on it though. It's got a 38-gallon tank, and it's painful when you fill it. But I've gotten some work done on it. I just got my floor covers, floor mats for inside. So, yep, I love it though. I'm glad I finally got it. All right, let's go back. Let's see. Putt and Play have a few clubs inside the rec center where the Putt and Play is located. Okay, that's good to know, Chris. Nice color. Yeah. It wasn't the color I originally chose. It was a new color. They were actually concerned that I might not like it. What was there not to like? It turned out great. It looks good with the new logo on it. Let's see. Carolyn says, I agree. 2 young children are without a father. Yeah. Again, there was no sense in the violence. What would you know? Would you know what village would be built after LaGrange? It's probably going to be Lakeview, which is on the south side of Central Lake, and that's probably 2 months down the road before they start releasing it. So yeah, you know, to me, living on Central Lake would not be ideal, and the reason is the music. You'll get to enjoy the music every night, every night from the lake. No, it's not a long bed. It is a, I think it's 6'9" 3/4 inches. So like I think most people call it a 7-foot bed. So I do plan to do some off-roading in it. If you saw the Tremor label on it, that is Ford's premier off-road package for their Super Duty truck. And I intend to do some more off-roading. I've already been off-road with it a couple of times. It's a bear to clean though, and it's tall. It's about 7 feet up to the top. So, but I enjoy driving it. It's a great truck. So again, if you want to get in on it, send me an email. Don't do it on this because I'm not going to catch it on this list. I mean, I'll see it today, but I'm not going to remember it. Things are going. I'm not always firing on all cylinders. But yeah. But again, info@goldwingnut.com, or you can send it to live@goldwingnut.com or don@goldwingnut.com. I don't care. And I'll amass the list. I'll tell you what my top choices are, and there'll be a survey on next week's video. And I appreciate your input. And again, for the winning name, I got a $50 gift card for Lowe's, courtesy of Vinny. You see him on here all the time, VS. He gave me some gift cards. I'm going to use them for some things with the firefighters' Thanksgiving dinner. Let's see. Megan wants to know, do you think lots at the opposite end of Central Lake will hear the music from Eastport? No, I don't think so. I know so. They will definitely hear it. Water, it's open and the water reflects. It's gonna be there. Yeah, you're gonna hear it. It's not gonna be as loud as some of the ones right across from LaGrange, but as you go farther down, you're still gonna hear it though. Craig says it's a beautiful rig. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. What else did I have here? And we talked about that. So Downton Abbey. Anybody out there a Downton Abbey fan? The new movie just came out. Debbie bugged me as soon as it came out to get tickets, and so we went to see it on Thursday evening. Very enjoyable. If you're a Downton fan, you'll enjoy it. Go see it. We've been married 44 years. It's been, not every day has been perfect. As with every marriage, you go through your difficulties. When I was in the service, I was gone 3 months at a time on a submarine without communications. Puts a lot of strain on a relationship, but we've made it through, and I'm only going to have one wife my entire life. I made a commitment before my family, God, and to my wife, till death do us part. If one of us leaves before the other, then that's going to be the situation. But I'm not getting remarried. Anyway, John and Kim Norris say, beautiful truck. I've got a 350 and I love it. Best I've gotten is 16 and a half. Not great, but way better when I was hauling. But way better when I'm hauling my truck camper at 11 and a half miles per gallon. Yeah. I took it up to Tallahassee last week. Yeah, last week. I had a meeting I had to go to for the county. I got 14 and a half, something like that. It's still being broken in. It's only got 1,500 miles on it. So, yeah. It's not great on gas mileage, but I didn't buy it for the gas mileage. I bought it because I'm starting a new part with my company, Gold Wingnut Tours. More on that in the next week or so. But if you're coming down here for a lifestyle visit, you'll probably want to take one of my tours. Anyway, when we went there, everybody in the theater was wearing tiaras. Yeah, Megan, I saw a few ladies wearing tiaras, and it was like, I almost thought I was going to go see a Rocky Horror Picture Show. When I saw people coming in costumes, it's like, I hope this doesn't get out of control. But what can I say? Yeah. Where are we at here? Let's see. What else do we got here? Oh man. You're not going to, Gregor, you really didn't say that. You'll see the comment here in just a few seconds. Looks like you're a Notre Dame fan, in which case condolences for last night. No, I'm not a Notre Dame fan. I actually am not a college ball fan that much myself. If anybody can see the Jacksonville score, let me know. Last I saw during the break, I flipped over and looked at the TV. They were a couple of points ahead, but they're going to choke. They always do choke. What can I say? I've been a Jacksonville fan since the team was created back in the 90s when I lived in Kings Bay, Georgia. But they just can't deliver. They just can't deliver. All right. Oh, Jacksonville Jaguars update. 4 minutes to go, and it's 27-24. All right. They'll choke. They always do. Wildlife in the Villages says, bet it doesn't fit in the garage. I bet it doesn't either. Honestly, I haven't tried. I don't think with the length it will fit in the garage because it's a very big truck. It barely fits in the driveway, and it's not a long bed. It's not the 8-foot bed. It's a good 13 and a half inches shorter than that. So, but it's nice. Yeah. Thank you, Kyle. Yeah. I'm like some of those animals, mate for life, married for life, and you know, I didn't take my vows lightly. It mean, is life perfect? No, but we make do with each day, and I'm blessed to have her in my life. Let's see, Lisa wants to know, do you think we will have a grocery store in Eastport within the next year? I think so, because within a year, they're really going to be, Eastport's going to be in full bloom. Have they started on anything yet? No, not yet. I haven't heard any final word on what the final vendor will be, but I have discussed with knowledgeable individuals a short list, and I'm not talking about those because it was shared with me in confidence. So, but hopefully people will be happy. Let's see. Victoria says, so Victoria gave me a donation. Thank you very much. She says, that, I don't know why this doesn't show up on the screen. It shows up on my screen. It's in orange. She says, thanks for answering my questions. I'm trying to figure out what will be being built in 1 year from now. That's my timeline. So 1 year from now, it's going to be based on what I'm seeing and what's going on, it's going to be the area south of Central Parkway and east of Bexley Trail, okay? Right now that's where the Beautyberry and Honeysuckle executive courses are being built. They look great. I would expect to see that area start to go on sale somewhere around the New Year time frame and then move its way north. It takes normally about 2 years to sell out a CDD. CDD 15 is rapidly approaching that 2-year point. But that's where I would think. I think that's called Merritt Field. I'd have to look at my maps. But anyway, it's so hard to predict the future. You don't know what they're going to do. I mean, it really is. But lots of things happening. I think we're going to see another, what do they call them, regional rec center at the southern end of CDD 16. We'll see. I mean, that's what, based on the drawings that I'm seeing, it looks like there will be one, which would make sense. And it's pretty consistent with the distance between most of the regional rec centers. And of course, right now they're doing the groundwork for the Mustang Recreation Center, and Mustang is at the corner of Marsh Bend Trail and Bush Boulevard. So, yeah. Megan, dang, I didn't look. So, I'm going to try and talk and look at the same time. No, I don't have it on this computer. Megan, drop me a quick email, live@goldwingnut.com, and I will dig them up when we get over the show, and I'll get you the information. It was on, I'm trying to think, it was on one of my 5-minute updates that I did also. I put those numbers in there, so you can go back and check those if you would also. Will Eastport Music, so Billy Bob 56 says, will Eastport Music ambient sound be an issue in LaGrange, or will it be more like Sawgrass and surrounding villages, Citrus Grove, St. Catherine? Depends. Okay, in this new area, let's go back to. Let's go back to the maps. I got to find it. There it is. So, come on. Okay, what's going on here? There, whoop, there we go. So this is Edenfield up here. This is LaGrange down here. This down here at the very bottom is the Farragut ball fields. So this area in LaGrange probably isn't going to hear too much of it at all. That will be more like, probably more like Citrus Grove. But if you're looking at Central Lake, yeah, you're going to hear it. You are definitely going to hear it. Greg R. says Farmstead is just east of Bexley, then Merrittfield. Okay, thank you. I appreciate the correction. So Farmstead, Victoria. And I think that comes from the old farm that used to be in that area. But anyway, so I don't think the initial offerings at LaGrange is going to be an issue, but definitely, let's go back to the camera. There we go. But yeah, the one, if you're by the water, you're going to hear it. You're going to hear it if you're going to be by the water. Let's see. Let's see. Sorry, I just saw another comment here. Many of us record the NFL games and watch after Don's live show, so it would be best for us not to post the scores. Okay, thank you. Yeah, hopefully I'll catch the end of it. Let's see. So Blade, David, and Gail said, yeah, probably, this is not probably the winning name, but the initial suggestion is calling it Nut Job. Probably not. I don't think you won the $50 on that one there. Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong. You never know. Maybe that's the best thing. Anyway, what else do we have on today's list to talk about? Oh yeah, so this week, if you're interested, Tuesday evening at Everglades, the Board of County Commissioners will be reviewing and making a decision on the tentative budget. This is the second to the last vote on the budget. This includes fire assessment for both the villages and the county, as well as property taxes. It's an important vote. The final vote is September 30th. That will be for the final budget. You know, it impacts everybody. You know, I'm not even going to comment anymore on the whole thing about let's get rid of property taxes, because it's not even a realistic expectation. Oh, here we go. John in Maine says, bottom of the map says proposed future, and then there's cutoff. Is that more description? Okay, I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, I don't know what that proposed future is. Let me see if I can pull up because that one, let me pull up my friend's email. There we go. Sorry, I'm not looking at what I normally look at while I'm getting here. All it says, it actually says proposed future development is what it says on that. I just pulled it up. Let me go back to my OBS screen. There we go. And Rick F says 48K bonds for 165 lots in LaGrange. Okay, so yeah, all the lots get the same bond assessment. It looks like 48K. So good to know. Thank you, Rick, for looking that up. All right. So yeah, is there more to the description? Yeah, again, future development. This is that area. Let me pull it up on the map, because it really caught my eye the other day. I gotta find it. Oh, there's a web browser. So when we zoom in, all right, there we go. Ding, 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 ding. here we go. This right here in the center, this is the property he's talking about for it's his future development. I don't know what it's going to be. I haven't figured it out. It's got some weird arrangements. You can see entry and exit into here from the parking lot over by the boathouse. I'm not sure what this little area is right here. And it connects over here to the LaGrange Postal Station and Recreation Center. Recreation facilities. Wouldn't call it a rec center. So I don't know what's going in there. If we go back up, this area right in here, this is the area that's coming up for sale in LaGrange. The rest of LaGrange, this is more of LaGrange, and then this down here around the golf course is LaGrange. And if you're living, I'm going to say pretty much from this corner up to here, that lower section, you're going to hear the music, and definitely you're going to hear the music in this section of Lakeview. All right. So let's see, go back here. All right. Megan says Blue Velvet for the truck. Nice name, I like it. B.B. King tribute to the blues musician. Yeah, okay. Those are possibilities. We'll see what we come up with. Again, send them email me them, because that's going to be the easiest way for me to keep track of them. All right, where are we at? We are at about 6 minutes after the hour. Any more comments people have? Any more questions? Otherwise, we're going to try and wrap it up. We have company. Our friends Ron and Marianne are here visiting. They moved away. They moved down to Port St. Lucie 2 months ago, but they're back up visiting friends and family. They're staying with us. We played samba on Friday night. We're playing samba this evening after we do some burgers on the grill. Let's see. Greg R. says, looks like a courtyard villa or veranda neighborhood to me. No, it's too big. The little area with the few parking spots at the lower right looks like mail station, and roads don't connect to rec station. They're dead in there. Yeah, I don't think so, Greg. I really don't. Carol says she uses Dean's for termite protection. We're happy with them. Yeah. I was unhappy with the pushy service and the technique that was being used by the Massey rep when we first purchased the home. That's why I'm not giving them the time of day or my business. I've been using baits, like I said, for 11 years. They have done great work, never had any problems. And, you know, occasionally we had, like, one time we had some ants that we had a problem with. Called them, they came out, they sprayed, and no more ants. You know, we had some fire ants in the yard. They came, they sprayed, no more fire ants. So they do a good job. All right. That being said, let's go ahead and wrap up because I'm going to hopefully catch a little bit of football. All right. Blue Angels as the fighter. So wings on the door. Yeah, okay, maybe. Again, Angel Eyes says Blue Angels. Imagine that. All right. I don't think apartments. I don't think it's apartments because I don't think it's big enough, honestly, Craig. Because with apartments, you got to have parking. And once you take up the parking, man, parking takes up a huge amount of space. And right now, there's only one curb cut entrance into that from Corbin Trail. So anyway, thanks everybody for joining me. We're going to call it a day. We'll see you next week. Everybody, have a great day. Thanks for watching today's broadcast of Gold Wingnut Live. These weekly broadcasts and the construction update videos are two of the ways I bring information to you about the construction happening here in the villages. At Gold Wingnut Productions, I also provide a photo-video service for new homes under construction. If you're building a new home in the villages and you need someone to watch the construction for you and send you regular updates, then contact me through my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo-video package of your new home. I've nearly 20 years in the construction industry as a project manager, and in the last 6 years, Gold Wingnut Productions has provided this valuable service to over 300 homeowners. I know the work the various trades are doing, and I know when the work is being done right and when it's not. I'm not just taking pictures like some do. I'm watching your new home build with a trained eye to help ensure everything is done right. So go to goldwingnut.com and arrange for your package today, and I'll see you next week right here at Gold Wingnut Live.
We needed to cross a busy street, but there was only 4 seconds left on the green light, and she told me, "Let's run to make it."
4 seconds ain't much. Did you make it on time?
Well, we were halfway across, and I thought to myself, this would be a hilarious spot to do my business.
Don't tell me you actually did it, man. You listened to your inner demons? People were honking. She was trying to apologize to everyone. It was glorious, dude.
Yo, bro, are you ready? Why did the math book look sad?
Why?
It had too many problems. What do you call a dog magician?
No clue.
A labracadabrador. Okay, hear this out. Why don't eggs tell jokes?
Why not?
They'd crack each other up. Dude, why can't your nose be 12 inches long?
Why?
Because then it would be a foot.